Well, Leo, you may go into your closet and dust down those ceremonial robes because there's a coronation this month. Your coronation, where you're going to be crowned with love, Leo. It's all about love. It's all about many different aspects of love too. And you're saying, wait a minute, what was that thing about a crown? I need a crown. I deserve a crown. After all I've been through, give me that crown. We'll get to that in a moment, Leo, because we know you deserve that crown back. But we'll just focus on the love aspect here for a moment. We have in Sagittarius season, your fellow fire sign, big energy for you in the 5th house, which is a lot to do with love, opening up that big, gorgeous Leo heart of yours, and maybe falling in love with somebody new, falling in love with your partner all over again, bringing great love to everything you're creating. If you've children, having great fun with them and bringing great love and play and laughter to all of that. So there's a real lightness going on here, a real levity of it's going to be fun, it's going to be bright, it's going to be happy, and I'm going to bring it because I'm the one sitting there in the 5th house. Thank you, Sagittarius. Where I am shining. 5th house is a Leo house where you're allowed to be creative, be expressive, and have that feeling like you're in a good, positive flow, Leo. So slowly, you have your coronation robes going on. You're sitting back in the throne saying, okay, let the amusement begin. We are amused. Let the party begin. Let it begin, because I know, I can feel it. I can feel that energy of finally getting some reward, some crown for what I've been going through. And this is where we're going to just shift gear a little bit here, Leo, because apart from all this loving energy and expectant energy, I'm expecting, maybe some of you are expecting a new family member, a new child of your own. Congratulations if that's you. But there's a kind of feeling of I am expecting something really big to happen, something really positive to happen for me. I'm expecting a moment of, well, this is it. This is where something good comes for me. So yeah, even tuning in there, I feel it, expecting something good to happen. And that's not something to be wrong about, Leo, because I think you've tuned into that. You are expecting something good because something good will happen. Something all to do with your happiness and love. So as I was going to say, you see, there's so much this month, Leo. This is a big month. Next month the same, going into 2020. Huge changes, but all for the positive, okay? All for the positive, because there's your first card helping out there. We'll lay it down and do what we always do, Leo. We'll wait for all of the right ones to come out. This one came out too. Yeah, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Fire, like you. Stop coming out cards just for a moment. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I'm trying to give Leo a message here, just to bear with me. Yeah, a lot has been going on, Leo. A lot has been going on over the last couple of years, and you know it. And what's been going on was a real test of your ability to keep smiling through huge adversity, to keep smiling through that shit you've been going in, especially in work, dealing with office bullies, or trying to get ahead with your work when everything seemed to be working against you, and you're going, even though challenge after challenge, obstacle after obstacle kept getting in your way, you kept doing it. For some of you, it was your health, dealing with real issues and saying, you know, I keep doing the right thing. I keep trying to make it better. I keep eating better. I keep exercising. I keep doing physiotherapy or whatever it is I keep doing it. And it's this thing of it used to be easier. I could have done this maybe years ago and it would be better by now, or it would have been easier. But it's obstacle after obstacle, and I just feel like I keep fighting, and the universe just keeps throwing blocks in my way. What has that been all about? What has it been all about, Leo? It's been all about that thing I just said. You want to be Leo, the bright one, ruled by the sun. Well, can you still smile? Can you still be bright? Can you still be an example? Can you still be the leader when the shit hits the fan? It's easy to shine when the good times are out. It's easy to shine when the sun is out. But can Leo shine in darkness? Can Leo shine when nothing goes smoothly? Can Leo shine when all of the people around you and your environment are really borderline, if not full on, toxic? Can you still shine? Can there still be a shine in the shit? And that was your masterclass, Leo. That was the universe testing your mettle over the last couple of years, saying, I need you to conquer this. Of course, Leo will always conquer what challenges are given. I need you to go through this masterclass in order to do what? To become the master. You know, I need you to experience all of this toxicity, this negativity, this pain. This feeling like every one step forward I take, I'm taking 10 steps back. But I got to keep going. But not just got to keep going, but with a sour face. I've got to keep going and make it look like this is fine. I'm still smiling. I can still cope. I can still deal. Yeah, shit has hit the fan. It has hit the fan big time. But I am still smiling. I am still the leader of the pack. I am still the lion. I am still the lioness. And Leo, just as I'm saying that, I can feel that huge amount of energy from many of you, feeling like you've been humbled, but a little bit too much over the last couple of years. Feeling like that your spirit has been chopped at a little bit, that you are receiving the lion's share. Of course, being a Leo, you're always going to receive the lion's share of everything, good or negative. It's like you are receiving the lion's share of enduring slap after slap after slap. And maybe, as I said, even humiliation after humiliation after humiliation. Feeling like you have to always be polite in the face of ignorance, that you always have to be generous in the face of meanness, that you always have to be the Leo, the bright one, in the face of pure negativity. And you know what, Leo? You did it. You got through the master class. How else were you going to do it? You think you were going to do that by flicking through a book? You think you were going to learn all that shit by taking a few little notes down from the internet? No, my love, you had to experience that, because how else would you really know, understand, feel, break certain things down right to the core of it, so that you can say, despite what the hell has been thrown at me, I've actually emerged stronger. And going back to that thing again, Leo, the big masterclass, I love this. The big masterclass was in humility. The one thing that Leos horribly get accused of, and I think for those of you on Instagram, we talked about this, what is the thing that you hate most being said about your sign? And that thing about Leos are show-offs, or Leos are too proud, or Leos are, No, Leos know how to be humble. Leos know how to be generous of spirit. Leos do shine, but Leos also know how to take a step back with full grace and say, I will step back at this occasion. And knowing that sometimes stepping back and letting something more beautiful happen is how to handle a situation in the most dignified and gracious way that only a true regal person would know. So there is that sense of expanding that now, with Jupiter going into the 6th house this month, expanding that sense of, I am bigger, I am more royal, I am that regal lion, that regal lioness, when I do have the humility to stand back and allow some bigger love to enter into the space. As this card comes out, this is a Neptunian card, and it's the Neptune energy that's partly driving this too, Leo. Neptune there doing a nice kind of flow with Capricorn in the 6th house. And it's that feeling of Neptune being in your 8th house, of deep transformation, of bringing you some real feeling that you've tapped into a more loving part of yourself. the limitless part of yourself, limitlessly accepting yourself in some way, and the situations, the bullshit situations that are going on outside of you, accepting it with that real sense of love and being crowned by that. You see, in a very esoteric way, in tarot, the first and the last card, Magician, the Fool, and also the High Priestess, have been in the presence of what we call limitless light, and that's a kind of Neptunian energy, and that's what's being transformed for you. Getting a huge amount of wisdom with the North Node in your 12th house. Wisdom about how to love unconditionally yourself and others and every toxic situation that passes through your life. Having the humility, like the regal one, to stand back and say, I don't have to control any of this. I don't have to get worried about any of this. I don't have to be afraid about any of this. I don't have to have a fear about not being number one maybe all the time, or not being seen as the Leo that I always was all the time. I'm not afraid of that. I'm going to pull back and have that grace, dignity, and gratitude to be crowned by the limitless light of the Neptune full love energy. Now, I hope I haven't lost you, Leo. It's a big transformation that's happening for you this month, and I don't want it to get too deep or weird, but I'm telling it to you because at some point this month you're going to feel it, because your ruler, the sun, on what date? The 8th of December is squaring off against Neptune, this limitless light, this limitless love. And the sun being in the 5th house saying, well, who am I? Who am I? What is my personality now? I've gone through so much shit. People have tested me. My health has tested me. My work has tested me. My relationships. Oh my God, the people who I've loved have tested me, because I've gotten to see the worst, most annoying and even toxic aspects to them, when before all I saw was the beauty and the love. Why have you given me these challenges? And again, it's that feeling of, you've been going through all of this to change your personality in some way so that it can become more, much more beautiful, more radiant, and more, dare I say it, being able to express that beautiful, generous humility, the beautiful, generous side of your soul, Leo. It's a big thing. I know. I get it. But it's such a journey where you're going to be rewarded for that. As I said at the very beginning, there is going to be a coronation, and the coronation is the crown of this limitless Neptunian love light. And as I said, it will play out for many of you through other people coming to you and sensing the vibe you're giving off. I sense this limitless love that you have, and you'll start receiving people, lovers, or your existing lover, children, family, friends, maybe even new pets this month because of the energy in the 6th house, receiving more love and people vibing off you better. And there's a real separation, because the 6th house is very often where, you know, like the gunslinger in the Wild West, instead of having the gun, you've got the scissors, and you're kind of bringing out the scissors like the Wild West cowboy, cowgirl, and you're saying, I'm separating the good from the bad, and I'm cutting a line right through it. The bad, toxic people have revealed themselves to me. I'm grateful in some way because they've allowed me to grow, but they need to go now. And now I'm just cutting a little circle around the people that are pleasant, loving, who know that I'm kind of emerging as a new personality, somebody who's not afraid to express this new personality, somebody who's not afraid to identify as a more gracious person, spiritual person, deeply open person. You know, so you'll be attracting the vibes, the good flow of good people, Leo. And that again gives you this feeling of, I'm back on track. I'm now vibing with a better energy with people, better atmospheres, better environments. I now know the direction I'm supposed to be going in. And that beautiful crown on your head of limitless love is like a beacon sending out signals. I am Leo, the limitless love. Come and explore my territory with me. So it's deep. I know, Leo. I really don't mean to get too heavy about this, but it is a heavy transformation. So I think it's worth talking about. And you are an intelligent sign, and a very spiritual sign, very loving sign. So I think you'll get it. I know you'll get it. But anyway, let's move into some details, Leo, because there are other things going on. There's a huge emphasis in this 6th house. Huge emphasis. And that's a lot to do with healing, maybe accepting certain things. There's a great phrase I heard recently, and I love it. And I want you to keep this as sort of your go-to mantra this month. Change what isn't acceptable and accept what isn't changeable. In all of your life. And I'll just say that again. Change what isn't acceptable and accept what isn't changeable. So there's that real feeling, like I said, with the scissors coming out, sifting through things. You'll be like Leo scissors hands this month. And you're saying, what is changeable? Maybe in my health, can I take care of my body a bit better? Can I go to a medical practitioner and finally ask them, can you change this shit for me? I've had this problem for too long. Can it be changed? And if they say, well, not really, then you say, right, well, then I will accept that and I will love that. If that's going to be part of me now, I will just say, well, this is me now and I love it. So it's that real clear thing of change what can be changed and accept what can't be changed. So, and in your workspace, there's going to be a lot of change going on there too, Leo, where things won't be as difficult for you. You might find technology might get a little bit easier for you. Working with certain people might get a little bit easier. Now, they mightn't change, but your approach to them might change. Though a shitty office mightn't change, but you might have a better attitude going in there. Every Monday you'll say, I'm not going to go in with a hangover because on Sunday I've just been saying, oh my God, I have another week ahead. No, I'm going to go in with a better attitude. And there's the change, Leo. Don't be waiting for the outside to change, because every change always begins and ends from in here. You know, and that again is part of what you've learned in your master class, you know. But there's so much good energy with Jupiter going in. It came out like that. Jupiter going into the 6th house and expanding. Now, there might be a temporary moment, Leo, where you might feel that your workload is getting a bit heavier. It's changing for the better. But it's like this month, it's like I've new technology to work with. I've a lot more paperwork to deal with. I've new office people coming into my arena that I have to start, you know, getting to know. Or maybe you're moving to a new office and you have to get to know the ropes again. So there's a feeling of I've a little bit extra work to do here, but it feels like progress, you know. So that's good. I love it, Leo. The feeling here too with Mars in the 4th house of really fighting tooth and nail to be more comfortable with where you live. If you've moved home recently like me, Leo, then it's about, you know, still putting all that energy into unpacking, unboxing. Lord knows I've still got so much to do, and doing all that energy going into making your home a comfortable place. Maybe energy going into family. Some of you for the holiday season, inviting family to come and stay with you, party with you, hang out with you. There could be a lot going on where you are taking charge of some family thing or sorting out the details of a home thing, you know, and you'll do it. Just try to do it calmly, Leo. Don't let them trigger you. Don't let them make you all angry and stressed out. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. You just enjoy your space here. Enjoy the time of sitting back in your ceremonial robes and saying, bring me more, bring me more. I've just been recently crowned with limitless love. I expect all of you to respond. And it'll be interesting, Leo. It'll be interesting to see who responds to this new feeling of gratitude, grace, that new dignified feeling that you've got going on in you this month. Be interesting to see who responds to that. Pay attention to those who spin all further into toxicity, who get worse and worse and worse. and pay attention to these new people perhaps who are suddenly turning up with sparkly faces and shining eyes. Pay attention. You might learn something in that too, you know. Now, I'm just waiting on 4 more cards. Big transformation coming. Yes, the Pluto card, Scorpio card. Mars is in Scorpio there. We have the full moon this month in Gemini in the 11th house. For some of you, some stress is coming away from dealing with a group of people. If you've joined a new team in work, or if you've come together with a bunch of people to do something, there might be a bit of stress up until about the 12th of December to make it all work out right, to make it all good. Stress to get a project out there, stress to get your website up and running, or your blog or vlog or something, to do public speaking. I get the feeling this month, Leo, somebody could be handing you a microphone, asking you to speak, sing, stand up, explain your brand, give a meeting where you have to talk about something. It's like you're being handed the microphone and you're being asked to show something off. And there might be a little bit of worry or stress in there, but come on, Leo, if you can't do it, who the heck can? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I also feel for some of you, a moment this month of feeling that you've gotten a good thing, that you've that you have achieved some level of reward or success with something, that you do feel the love, and maybe even feel the love from spirit. Do I mean your ancestors? Yes, that could be possible, but it's not kind of like that. It's more like feeling the love from the cosmos, whatever you choose to call that. There is that great feeling, particularly slightly before and around the 12th of December, of feeling like you're back in really good flow with the universe, and that's very nice. I like that, Leo. Some of you could be getting some level of recognition or fame before the 12th or around the 12th of December. That could be very nice. Well done if that's you. But it's all good, Leo. It's all love. It's all good. Some of you, I have to say this, handling a situation with a great sense of love, care, respect and generosity is where you're going to receive the most blessings this month. Some of you could be involved in charities, charitable work, doing something very altruistic, I'm genuinely giving something here. I'm genuinely giving my time, my money, my experience, my knowledge. I am genuinely sharing with love, maybe even to a group of people or a society or something. I'm genuinely doing this. And it's that sincerity that brings some great big reward, Leo. Now, we're waiting on 2 cards there. It's a gorgeous mood for you this month. So, 2 cards actually fell out while I was talking there. I didn't see them. This one and this one. And you're saying, what? More than 20 minutes. It's about bloody time we got the cards. But you do understand, Leo, why I was kind of giving you this big explanation, because there's going to be a real radical shift in you. And this is how we've got to try to make sense of why it's happening, so you're not so confused. Anyway, enough of that. Leo. Let's go to your big, grand, ta-da, overview. So, let's begin. Some serious hard work is still involved this month. Yeah, this is the energy of being recognized and being appreciated for some real labor of love. I get the feeling, Leo, that you've been really working on something, maybe even a project or the work that you do. Even, I didn't touch upon this, but working on giving up something, getting your fitness together, like quitting something, that's part of it. But also, if you feel like you have to take a new approach with how you're raising your children, give them more purpose in their lives. The same with pets, animals, anything like that. It's like having purpose, having a direction, and giving yourself and other people purpose in your life is another big thing that's going to be recognized and rewarded this month. So you're putting a huge amount of work into something. And it's going to be seen, it's going to be noticed, and it's going to pay off. This is fire energy, the Queen of Fire, who in all her humility knowing how to really play it as a royal. She doesn't go in and grab. She knows that all she has to do is sit back and receive. She is the embodiment, really, of everything we've been talking about. How did she become a queen? The queen of fire? She just sat back and let her personality do all the work. She's known for her humor. She's known for her spontaneity. She's known for her happiness, her joy, for her parties, like you. She's known for all of the good stuff. But she's also known to turn her face to the side when people aren't bringing that good vibe. She's also known for saying, side-eyeing people and saying, "Oh, I see what you're doing there, little miss and little Mr. Toxic. You can stay over there in the toxic swamp around the moat of my castle because I'm in here enjoying the good stuff. Get back to the swamp." And she will turn a blind eye this month. But it's not a case of attacking the toxic ones. It's a case of saying, they belong in the moat, in the swamp that are circling my castle, in with the crocodiles. And I am instead just attracting all of the good stuff. So this card is telling me that you get more out of this month and you are noticed and recognized and seen and somehow rewarded because you've shifted that attitude of not going to war with them, but instead just saying, whatever, like her, whatever, bitches, whatever. And just continuing to enjoy the sunshine, the sunflower, the good things, the fine tastes of this world. And you will be enjoying the fine tastes of this world as the Queen looks at the King here of water. As the Queen, the Fire Queen, which is you, male or female, looking onto water. This is love, real limitless love, everything that we just spoke about. Singles, I strongly feel that there is love coming for you with somebody who is a deeply, deeply loving person, probably somebody who has a real consciousness about how they go through this world. They're gentle souls, maybe very creative, maybe artistic. But you'll instantly recognize them by their attention to how they love, what they love, and how they give meaning and purpose to their lives because they love it. Strong Pisces energy here, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. The Queen, of course, looking to the King. So it could be a very strong attraction here for the water signs. I'm saying strong Pisces, but it could be Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. There is definitely a strong attraction. For those of you in a relationship, I see you looking to your partner and hoping that real flow of love comes back, and you're doing everything to generate it. And I think because you're putting a huge amount of power and force and humor into this relationship again this month, Leo, I think that your partner will respond in a loving way. So that's very nice. I feel that thing of doing things at home together, creating a better atmosphere with each other together again, spending more time with each other like two little hobbits, doing things that it's just about the two of you, not about family and friends and the big scene and the big party. Make a lot of time for each other, just doing your own fun things, real fun things, Leo. I don't need to direct you. You know how to do fun things, but encourage and coax your partner out to do more of that. And I think you're really onto it, because I get the feeling there is somebody in your life. It could be your partner, or it could be this new love, that it seems that they're coming out of a period of real unhappiness, real stagnation, like they lost some real purpose to their lives. They lost some great meaning to their lives. Some of you could be dealing with Sun, Moon, or Ascendant in Aquarius either. That feeling of, this is also a Libra card, that feeling of getting all heavy in themselves, not being able to communicate what's wrong with them, and feeling sad and you not being able to understand why. So for the couples, if that's what's going on in your relationship this month, it feels like your humor, your generosity, your ability to say, I'm not going to talk to the toxic, sad part of you that gets angry, but I will talk in a more beautiful way and loving way, to see if we can have this serious conversation to redirect our relationship again. For the singles, I feel both you and this new person you could potentially meet, you both seem to be coming out of that long period of being a little bit heartbroken. Is it because of losing an old relationship? Maybe for some of you, sometimes it's like trying to get over the sadness of a broken relationship. But really, it probably is just about getting over a real heart slump of feeling that nothing is fair in your life. And I think the love of somebody new who's also coming out of a similar shadow to you, both of you are going to help repair and heal each other with real love, but not to be going around like two lame ducks, oh, we've been through the wars, let's just cling on to each other. Not like that, Leo. More like a healing, a real positive relationship, a real... I get the feeling when the two of you get together, you're like a very good influence on each other, a very positive influence. Yeah. But for some of you, I'm going to say this, for a small few of you, I'm going to say that in some cases it's good that some of you have left a recent relationship or severed ties, or maybe you'll be doing it this month with a relationship that was quite toxic. Even as I'm tuning into this, I feel some of you are leaving behind, not all of you, some of you are leaving behind a relationship with somebody who, it was like they had absolutely no control over themselves. They were very out of control. No control over their temper, no control over their lives, no control over maybe substance abuse. A little bit of deception going on there too, I have to say. A few lies. Them being able to paint themselves as being the paragon of virtue. And yet you only had to scratch the surface to realize that it was all talk. Behind the scenes, they were less than perfect. In fact, very, very, very imperfect. Now, we're all imperfect, but this person seems to have created a bit of a smokescreen around their lives where it was what you were seeing on the outside was nothing like the reality. They had a lot of darkness to them, Leo. So for those of you that this part resonates with, don't cry so much over that, because there's the promise of new love coming, and better energies coming. Leo, just tuning into that top row there, for many of you, I just get the feeling of exhaustion, the feeling of, do you know what I've had to deal with? Do you know what I've had to put up with in relationships, my past relationships, maybe even my current relationship? Do you know what I've personally had to deal with? Do you know the relationships with my family, with my bosses, with my co-workers? Do you know what I've had to deal with? Have you any idea? I get it, Leo. I get it. You've had a lot to deal with. But I feel this month is the beginning of the change. 2020 is going to be a totally different scene for you. It's not going to change. The outside circumstances aren't going to change radically. It's you who changes radically. And it's that new perception that pushes the toxic shit back into the moat of your beautiful Leo castle, So, yeah, I get it. It's been horrible. It's been horrible, but you've been beautiful. Just remember that, Leo. It's been horrible, but you still shine. So we're coming mid-month now, and here's what I feel. Some turbulence with the family life. Mars in the 4th house. Still a bit of turbulence going on there. Not feeling very secure or grounded. Maybe in your home, something needs to change. We need to get somebody in to fix that wall, build this, knock that wall down, build a garden. We need to put maybe a better structure on how this family operates for those of you with children. You know, we need a little bit more rules and regulations going on here. Yeah, for some of you that could be the case. Some worry about family issues, home issues. That's going to be really dealt with mid-month, because I see there's a real moment where some of you are, it's almost like turning over a new chapter. Maybe moving into a new home, starting a new dynamic within your family. Maybe a family member is coming to live with you, or family members that were a little bit too long sleeping on your sofa are moving out. There's a feeling of a big change, Leo. And the moment here mid-month is for you, how do I get comfortable with these changes? I'm not comfortable yet with all that's being changed in my home life and family life. I'm not, in my heart, I'm still not quite settled. The dust hasn't settled yet. So I need a moment mid-month, probably around the time of the full moon, to, I don't know, get a little bit more secure and solid with my environment. Spending time with friends could be a good thing. I see many of you getting a new opportunity, maybe, to do some new project or new work thing, to do some new purposeful thing, something that gives you purpose. I keep feeling that, maybe with a group of friends, to start that. It's like starting a new project and learning as you go. And that gives you more like feeling that you're on track. For those of you who have recently moved, or who have changed your environment or will in December, there's a feeling of get in with the environment, meet your neighbours, meet the local community, get in touch with everything that's going on around you in your new environment, and begin as a beginner. Say, hi, I'm Leo, I'm new here, pleased to meet you. If you're in an apartment complex and you don't know any of your neighbours, it might be a great time for you to start some community project. Knock on doors and say, hi, look, I've been living here for the past 5 years. I don't even know your name. Can we start something? Get something going on where it's like you begin something to get your environment more solid. There could be something beautiful in that, Leo. Yeah. But there is a push. I know there is a push for many of you. A little bit of hard work, an extra push to have a success with something. It's going to feel like a lot, Leo. It's going to get very emotional. It's going to feel at points like, I can't do this. I can't do it. It's too much work. It's too much giving. It's too much stress. Maybe for those of you particularly who work with technology or social media, who work in the sciences, who work in healing even, or who work in public speaking or entertainment, there's a feeling of, this is a lot. My schedule is full. It's full on. I don't know if it's worth it. It is, Leo. Don't get all despondent and lose faith at some point mid-month. Keep going, keep pushing, and you will get that success. But it will be a bit of hard work, I have to tell you that. But Leo, when have you ever been afraid of hard work? Never. Now we're coming towards the end of the month. Again, this feeling of home. This is quite a Capricorn card here too. Pluto, Saturn energy. Something is changing. Your health maybe. Now I can't I always say this, I can't promise anything with your health. But something certainly is changing. Some of you might be even speaking to a medical practitioner about getting some minor surgery going on, something like that. It's like there are some changes. I'm not advising you to do anything. Don't do anything without speaking to somebody, Leo. But something is definitely changing. Your work is changing. A radical new approach to your health is changing. And that radical new approach about change what can be changed and completely accept what can't be accepted with your work, with maybe some fights that you're having with family, friends, or work, or anything like that. Know when to cut loose. Know when enough is enough. Allow the change happen. If you've been involved in a long dispute with somebody, Leo, allow that to transform too. Allow that to change. You're growing. But staying in a fight or a dispute or a litigation with somebody and it consuming your life, that's not a sign of growth at all. Remember, change what isn't acceptable, but accept what isn't changeable. So there's a level of growing. There's a big transformation happening in your home life and family life too. And it's very positive, Leo. It is positive, but there's a feeling of being very provoked into change, like something is out of your hands. They're provoking me. I have to move out of my house. I have to ask this person to leave my home. I have to ask family not to come near me for the holiday season. I have to, this person, I've invited one family member and they're going to bring that partner that I don't like, but I have to. It's like feeling like something is out of your control. Leo, handle it with beauty, handle it with grace, handle it with dignity, as I expect you to do. Don't lose your shit over this, because it will pass. But as I always say, moments will pass, but the memory of how people behaved in that moment won't. So you just remember that, behave with that beautiful dignity. And like the Queen, when they come in with their toxicity, just turn your eye and say, in your mind's eye, oh, I see what they've brought. They've brought one of the swamp creatures. I know you'll be back down there after you leave my castle. So keep that in mind, Leo, okay? Now, sixth house. This is a very sixth house style card. It's also a Virgo card. The energy ending the month with you really analyzing so much in your life to redirect it, to allow the changes to come in. You're analyzing other people's toxic behavior. And you're saying, I'm not sitting on the fence about this anymore. I'm not going to shut up about this. It's not about getting all verbal, but it's more all about saying, I just simply don't accept it anymore. I'm not going to fight about it. I'm just going to lead by example. I'm not going to listen to their bullshit. I'm not going to get all triggered by their toxicity. I'm not going to get all stressed out by somebody else, by my partner, by my work colleagues, by family. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pretend that it's okay when it's not okay. Instead, how I break through this is behave differently. Sixth house, all to do with behavior. If I behave differently and lead by example, as the lion and lioness always does, if I lead by example, then they will know that it's not acceptable for me anymore. So there's that real feeling of really analysing this month, analysing everything in your life and saying, but that's meaningless to me now. Indulging in their bad behaviour is really pointless. It has no purpose to my life. I am giving off that kind of vibe now with my limitless light crown of bringing better people and situations and work situations and health situations into my life. I'm giving off a better vibe. That's how I lead. I lead by example. My vibration will push those bitches out of the way and bring more of the good stuff in. And I'm not sitting on the fence about it anymore. I'm making a royal decision to lead by perfect example, to lead by perfect behavior, and to be disciplined enough in myself to impress myself by how I behave in these situations with these people. And then I'll know I'll have mastered it. Then I'll know that nothing can bother me anymore. Then I know that the universe can really actually come down and say, well, how do you like your crown? And I just give it that little bling moment. It's doing just fine. Thank you very much. So Leo, I know that was a bit deep. It was a bit heavy. It was a bit intense. I know, but hey, it's the story of your beautiful Leo life this month. And why not open up that story? Because you have a new story to tell. The cosmos wants you to share a new story. So let's talk about it. So Leo, I'm going to leave it at that, my beautiful. As you know, these are the big but general energies of the month ahead. To get into the real details, you and your coronation robe and your crowns and your royal finger, click down into the link below and come to the VIMEO readings, the deep read, where we go into all the different themes and topics: money, love, career, family, friends, everything we don't talk about here, Leo, we talk about it on a deeper way, more focused way in the Vimeo readings. Click in, come along. We'll open this month out and see where you can go from here. And I'll see you over there. But of course, if not, we're going to see each other again next month, Leo. Have a wonderful, wonderful December. Happy holidays to you. And as always, I'm going to leave you with all my love and a great, great, great big kiss for you and your coronation. Mwah. Until next month, my beauty. Bye.